Hello everyone, my name is Katrina and I have been working in the field of etiquette for the past 10 years. When I first came to the etiquette school, I was intrigued by the world I discovered. I loved having, respect for other people as a value, and it really corresponded to the values I had since childhood. But then, once I decided to work in this field and I started introducing myself as an etiquette teacher, the reaction that I got was nothing that I was expecting. Instead of, being inspired by that, people were rather skeptical and didn't really understand what exactly was I teaching and am I trying to bring back something that is not relevant anymore? And as I collected those reactions, I was thinking and asking myself, is it something that has place in, 21st century? But I kept going and I had different groups, different formats, one of which was working with children. And that was probably one of the most challenging one because children, they ask really good questions. So I remember that one time I had a group of children at 10 years old, and they were a very nice group and they listened to me and we were, discovering table manners together. And then at the end of it, a 10-year boy comes to me and says, "Oh, thank you very much. It was very interesting. But do I really need that? Do I really need those table manners? My parents never, commented on my table manners." And I remember I looked him in the eyes and I didn't know what to answer. I mean, I could answer technically that yes, it's a way to respect others, etc. But it wasn't what he was asking. It was, for me personally, something about the values, something about reasoning behind it. And as I moved on, I had that question in my head, like, do all of those rules matter? And that is one of the topics I want to discover along with you, which etiquette rules really matter. And as I went on with my life, I kept going back to that 10 years old boy who asked me that question until one day I moved to Switzerland and after 2 years of driving here, I had to retake my driving test. And one of a sudden, I found myself knowing how to drive, driving in Switzerland for 2 years, being confident. And one of a sudden, I need to retake my driving course. I need to learn the rules that I thought I knew before. But it was important that I learn the nuances that are in this country. And as I was learning and as I was actually gaining even more confidence, I said to myself, but actually that's exactly it. Etiquette is as driving a car, as knowing traffic rules. You can live your life without ever driving a car, but you probably can't live your life without ever crossing the streets. So driving is optional. But I think in order to exist and be safe, because society can hurt you as well, you owe it to yourself to know the basic rules to keep yourself safe. So going back, I think that's how I would, answer him with that comparison, as I chose to myself to concentrate more on the functional etiquette, where it serves the purpose of coordination. And if we take a dinner table, that's where etiquette makes sense because you have so many layers of that coordination. You have, from inviting people, choosing the dress code, arriving on time, talking to other people, having that, dinner together. But the real purpose of it is connection. I mean, I hope you go to dinner parties in order to get that human connection. And etiquette role is just to coordinate it safely so you can have that space to connect with others.